All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, Gervonta Davis finally speaks out. And we can now know that he's feeling how he's feeling ahead of this fight with Lamont Roach. Let's talk about what he said in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're just going to do a small update about Gervonta "Tank" Davis as we await the announcement for his upcoming fight with Lamont Roach Jr. He and Leonard Ellerbe had some tweets on Twitter yesterday, so we'll go over those, and I think that it's good news because Gervonta Davis says that he finally feels like himself again. And that is a very, very good thing for fans of boxing, man, because there was a lot of rumors around what's going on with Gervonta heading into that Lamont Roach fight. And it may very well be true that we didn't get to see the best version of Gervonta Davis in that fight. And in this video, I'll kind of go over some of the reasons why that may have been. But before I do, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when you release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter, thank you guys so much. Long and short of it is this, man. Gervonta Davis is saying and has been saying that he wasn't himself going into the lead-in to that last Lamont Roach fight. And the reasons why I think that he had issues were two major things going on in his life. And those two things may not seem at first that, that they could really throw you off your square. But if you really think about them, they're pretty major things going on at the same time. So on one hand, Gervonta Davis had an issue with his probation. So in the lead into the fight with Lamont Roach, Gervonta was actually at risk of going to jail because he had violated his parole or his probation, excuse me. I think it's for his probation. He had violated his probation and had traveled from his domicile in Florida to Baltimore without having it approved by the judge. So when the judge found out, the judge obviously was upset about it and he risked being put in jail. And that was in the lead into the fight with Lamont Roach. So you know that you could possibly be going to jail at any time while you're training could very, very reasonably throw you off. And so that's a real big thing going on at the time that he is preparing for the fight. And then you have, and these are documented things. These are not rumors that are out there. No, this stuff is documented. It's out there in the newspapers, out there, and I think it's the Baltimore Sun. But they have all of this stuff is legitimately known that he was going through this. But he's also going through something else, which was related to his personal business affairs. And he basically had some managers that had worked with him back in 2013 to like October of 2013 to February of 2014. And they worked with him as managers. But when he broke and went to Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Al Heyman, obviously Gervonta had to pay them money to break out. So Gervonta was taken to court. And I think he was ordered to pay $35,000 because it was just what you call, it was just a default judgment because he did not show up to court. So they just entered into the judgment because he didn't defend himself. As a result, he was responsible for the money, but he wound up over a course of years paying them up to, close to $500,000 in money that they collected from him. So they went back to court. He had to go back to court to get the people to stop trying to collect money from him. So the judge basically said, look, we paid you were originally due $35,000. You've collected almost $500,000, but you won't end. But they didn't want to end they didn't want to end their issue. They wanted to continue and push forward and look for more money that Gervonta had. So so the judge then threw that out. That is a major, major thing to be going through in the lead-in, in the lead-in to a fight, to be looking at jail, and then also to have people that you know are your friends or you believe were your friends at a certain point in time that are essentially leeching off you during your career, and then not to have freedom to move between places that you're training, right? And think about it. If he wasn't allowed to travel to out of Florida to go to Baltimore, I mean, shoot, he might have been in trouble literally for training to fight. But hey, man, I'm happy that he's back. That he says, like, I feel back to my old self. Once you get those type of things settled, right? Once you get those type of things settled, then you are able to settle and focus on your life, significantly more, right? So now it's unfortunate for him. He had his probation extended for 18 months, but at least now he knows that he's not going back to jail as long as he abide by the rule of his probation. Just a very, very ugly situation for him that was surrounding that fight. So if he says, hey man, I'm back to my old self, I'm feeling very, very good, hey, then hopefully we can get a full-fledged fight. Now the question is, how does that translate into the fight? Lamont Roach feels that Lamont Roach is just a better fighter. That was the best Gervonta Davis that was there, and there was nothing wrong with him and all that. He won the fight 8-4, all of that. If Lamont Roach is wrong and Lamont Roach is overconfident and Gervonta Davis really is feeling much more sharp, because see, my personal opinion is what was missing in the fight with Gervonta Davis was his sharpness, was his accuracy. Because there were a lot of shots in it, especially big body shots that he was throwing in the beginning of that fight. They were just off by a hair, right? And they wound up getting called low blows, or as Gervonta Davis said he saw plenty of opportunities to counter him, but he wasn't able to really just get it there. What is that? It's a little bit of ring rust, and it's also just you not being sharp. And if you're not really focused in camp and you're thinking about retirement, and I got 2-3 more fights and I want to fight Jake Paul, all of those things together can really cause a bad performance. At this end, though, when you have somebody that is a competent fighter like Lamont Roach, and you know that the difference between these fighters at this level is very, very small, it really is small. You saw how Rolly Romero beat Ryan Garcia, and nobody saw that coming. But hey, one guy was a little off, one guy was at his best. Boom, you get an upset. Is that what we saw with Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, where Gervonta Davis was not at his best, was at his worst, and Lamont Roach was at his best? We'll see in the rematch. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.